Okay, so I want to do a little bit of orientation, a little tutorial on another mannequin that we have here. This is made by a company named Laerdal. He's considered a lower fidelity mannequin because his features he doesn't have as many features as our higher fidelity mannequins. So he can be made male or female. All of our mannequins can be made male or female, so you may see him with a wig. And like I said, we have two of them, so you may see them in here in this side of the sim lab or over on the OB side if we have to run over there. Some features for him. His eyes do not respond to light, so you will have to shine a light and your patient will tell you what you're seeing. The lung sounds on this mannequin are pretty particular. Don't mind the bruising on him. They're pretty particular. They look like little sponges. They feel like little sponges. And there's only 4 spots on this mannequin that you can hear lung sounds from. So these would be considered upper sounds and these would be considered lower sounds. And then this middle, you can kind of see this middle plate. This is where all the heart sounds will be. He does not have carotid pulses. He only has pulses to his left arm. So he has, and they're pretty obvious to find, he has a brachial pulse and he has a radial pulse. If you're wondering what this circle is here, this is where you would actually place your stethoscope to assess for the blood pressure. It's actually a speaker box, so that's the best place to hear for the blood pressure. And for the blood pressure, he has a blood pressure cuff that's attached to him. We calibrate it to the mannequin and it stays attached to him, so you can't pull another blood pressure from another mannequin or somewhere else in the room. This one has to be the one used. On these pads, if you push too hard, it occludes the pulse and you won't feel it. If you don't push hard enough, you won't feel it at all. So you kind of have to let your fingers bounce around on the pulse till you feel it. Another thing for him, he does have bowel sounds. And if you look, when you're in simulation and you look, he has hard parts. I don't know if you can hear that. And then his abdomen, the center part, is soft. And that's where you're actually going to hear the bowel sounds for him. He doesn't have femoral, popliteal, or pedal pulses. So when you're assessing the patient during simulation, you're going to have to go to those assessment spots and say, I'm palpating for the pulse, and then the patient will tell you what you're assessing. So he's a little bit lower, although still has cool features. If he requires bedside monitoring, it's a laptop, and it will be at the bedside of the patient. We usually use these for a little bit lower fidelity simulations. Usually you'll see them more in block 1 and 2 than you would in 3 and 4. And that's it for him.